Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have been exchanging insults as the race for the White House enters the home stretch. During a TV event, Ms. Harris said she believes her opponent is a fascist, saying Trump wants unchecked power. She'll later appear alongside Barack Obama, with Bruce Springsteen also joining them on stage in Georgia.
Former Chief of Staff John Kelly, a retired 4-star general, confirmed that while Donald Trump was president, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him.
Meanwhile, the former president, Bill Clinton, has called on Arizona voters not to make light of Donald Trump's remarks, which he said were an attempt to stoke paranoia on the issue of immigration.
If people get suckered by this one more time, you won't fix the border. The record shows that Trump sent more fully documented immigrants home than undocumented immigrants.
And Donald Trump has wrote on Truth Social that Ms. Harris is increasingly raising her rhetoric, going so far as to call me Adolf Hitler, he said. Later, he'll be at a campaign in Las Vegas.
And as you know, there are 15 different elements of policy that she changed. She was in favor of sex changes for prisoners at their will, paid for by the government. And now she says, no, I don't think that would be a good idea.
Eran Etzion, a former deputy head of Israel's National Security Council and a former soldier, is warning that Israel's military, the IDF, might be committing war crimes in northern Gaza. In an interview, the longtime critic of President Benjamin Netanyahu also suggested that officers and troops should reject illegal orders. Israel has faced mounting international criticism over its conduct during the war. The United States has threatened to cut arms shipments if Israel does not surge aid into Gaza. The UN has accused the Israelis of repeatedly blocking or impeding the transfer of aid, most recently into northern Gaza. Turkey has hit outlawed Kurdistan Workers' Party targets in northern Iraq and northern Syria after a deadly attack on an aviation site in Ankara. Security camera footage showed back-to-back strikes hitting Tal Rifat in northern Syria, followed by explosions and thick plumes of smoke. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported the attacks occurred overnight on October the 23rd, with the footage uploaded early on October the 24th. 2 attackers killed 5 people and wounded 22 others on Wednesday in what Ankara called a terrorist attack. A tropical storm has dumped 1 month's worth of rains over large swathes of the northern Philippines, leaving more than 20 people dead and forcing 150,000 others to evacuate. Eyewitness video showed distressed locals gathered as a landslide occurred on a road in Lipon. Storm Trami made landfall on Thursday on the northeast coast of Luzon, the country's most populous island, and caused widespread flooding. The Bicol Peninsula was the worst hit, where floodwaters chased people and their pets to the second story of their homes. Striking Boeing workers have rejected a new offer from the plane-making giant, which included a 35% pay rise over 4 years. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers Union said 64% of its members voted against the proposed deal. More than 30,000 of Boeing's employees have joined the walkout, which started on the 13th of September after an initial offer was rejected. Hours earlier, Boeing's boss warned that the company is at a crossroads as losses at the firm surged to roughly $6 billion. Boeing has declined to comment on its latest offer being rejected. And a dust tornado-like storm has been caught on camera near a road in the United Arab Emirates. In one eyewitness video, the column of dust towered over some vehicles and people who were travelling along the road. Bolts of lightning could also be seen striking the ground. This weather condition is characterized by the formation of cumulus clouds in select regions, accompanied by varying degrees of precipitation. Drivers near the town of Sharjah stopped their cars to watch the spiralling spectacle. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.